Live from downtown Detroit, home of WDIV and Click on Detroit, Local 4 News at 5 starts now.
Former Sinai Grace Hospital nurses on the front lines fighting COVID-19 file a whopping $25 million lawsuit. The defenders will share with you their explosive allegations.
The power is out, trees are down, and that's not even the biggest problem. We'll take you to the block in Grosse Pointe Woods where multiple fires broke out right after the storm.
But we begin with a house fire that left 3 people dead, and Detroit police believe this was not an accident. Right now, 2 men are in police custody being questioned about that fire that happened overnight.
It happened on Helen Street in the area of 7 Mile and Van Dyke. Victor Williams is working this story for us tonight. He spoke to neighbors who described what they heard before that fire broke out.
Yeah, those men arrested were seen being taken away not too far from where the explosion happened. But we're told that this may have all been done on purpose in order to cover up another crime, murder.
All went boom, real loud.
Neighbors were startled, some out of their sleep, just 17 minutes after midnight when a home explosion broke out on Helen Street, leaving 3 dead.
I just heard a real big bang. I didn't think nothing about it. When I come out and see the house on flames.
This is getting close.
But Deputy Fire Commissioner David Fornell says this may have been intentional.
We're assuming it was arson, but at this particular time, the cause is suspicious but undetermined. We have 2 people in custody right now that we're questioning, and the police are going to be treating this as a homicide.
Police say the suspects were arrested on unrelated warrants, but they're still being questioned. Neighbors claim to have heard gunshots before the explosion and say they even saw a person fleeing the scene afterwards.
Somebody was running from the house when I came outside. Because I seen the guy earlier here today.
And it's believed that one of those 3 inside was the man simply known as Greedy, who had lived in the home for years.
His name was Ron. He was a good guy, man. He was a real good guy.
Greedy was all right, but we mostly see him messing with that motorcycle right there. I'm sorry whatever happened to him, because I'm going to miss him.
Now, everything is still under investigation. An autopsy has to be done to find out the manner in which those men were killed in that home, as well as their identity. As far as the 2 people who are being questioned by police, we're waiting to see if they will indeed be charged with anything. Reporting live from DPD's headquarters, Victor Williams, Local 4. Back to you.
We have breaking news just in now from Macomb County. The prosecutor has denied charges against that Amazon driver involved in a confrontation with a Warren police officer. The driver was confronted for parking on the wrong side of the street. He was initially charged with resisting and obstructing a police officer. The officer involved in the confrontation is on paid administrative leave.
Also breaking right now on Wall Street, where the stock market suffers its worst day since mid-March. The Dow fell more than 1,800 points by the end of trading. Both the S&P 500 and the Nasdaq slid nearly 6%. Experts say traders are concerned over a second wave of coronavirus in states that are now reopening.
It took only several minutes for last night's severe storms to cause damage that will take weeks, even months to clean up.
And right now, DTE says 85,000 customers are without power. That's down from 125,000 earlier in the day. In Grosse Pointe Woods, no power isn't the only thing people are dealing with. Grant Herms is there live tonight as the cleanup begins. Grant?
Sandra, Steve, this is just some of the damage left behind from last night. Neighbors say here that some of these power lines arced and sparked for hours as the storm blew through, occasionally shooting off some fireballs. And now in the light of day, all that's left is to pick up the pieces. The aftermath of the storm, high winds tearing through Grosse Pointe Woods, downing power lines and branches. In this neighborhood along Renaud Road, generations-old trees snapped in a matter of seconds, like this tree that had been standing for nearly 100 years.
There were a transformer that kind of blew up, so all night long we had pops and electricity and flare-ups. It was really unsettling.
A few blocks away, downed power lines set fire to several garages and homes, like at John Shay's, where he had been putting things into his garage to keep them from blowing away during the storm.
Power saw there, a couple bikes back there, a lawnmower, snowblower.
Most of it is replaceable except for some antique scaffolding and 2 seats from the old Tiger Stadium.
Yeah, it's the Tiger Stadium seats that's the big thing.
But down the road was the worst of it. The Brevera's house burned from the inside out. The family told Today their home for the last 12 years would have to be gutted and rebuilt.
I just feel very lost, and we have 4 kids, and just trying to figure out how to move forward and stay positive for them in these uncertain times as it already was before this.
Overall, just so happy and blessed that the kids are okay and we're safe. We'll be able to get through it.
Well, thankfully, nobody in these neighborhoods was hurt or anything like that. Family and friends have been coming together to help out folks who have been impacted, like these folks here. Neighbors around here say they don't know when they'll get power back. Some say soon. Some say it could be 11:30 tonight. In Grosse Pointe Woods, Grant Herms, Local 4.
All right, Grant. Boy, those folks lost a lot. Let's check in with Ben now for a closer look at that storm as it did move through last night.
Yeah, and Ben, as we just saw there, Grosse Pointe Woods hit especially hard.
Yeah, one of the places that got hammered, Stephen, Sandra, and Storm Tracker 4 had this from start to finish. You can see every single county in southeast Michigan was under a severe thunderstorm warning at some point. And as you look at that line advance, those red arrows, that's where Storm Tracker 4 was tracking the strongest part of those storms. And you can see that last batch that ran up the east side there did a lot of the damage that you've been seeing from the video there. Some of that likely from collapsing thunderstorms that caused a lot of that wind damage. We're anticipating that some of those gusts were likely over 70 miles an hour, although the ones that had been clocked, the highest that we actually recorded was 69. Let's go around our 4 zones, and you can see obviously the east side picked up a lot of the metro zone damage from some of those late storms. Notice that there one county that did not have any storm reports was Monroe County. There was a warning there, but no reports of damage. A lot of reports there across Washtenaw County, and especially as you get into the west and north zone. And folks going to be cleaning up, but they'll have decent weather to do it. Coming up, we'll talk more about how things are going to change as we head into the weekend. Guys?
All right, thank you so much, Ben. This weekend, the city of Detroit offering free Abbot testing for coronavirus to hairstylists and barbers.
Today, Mayor Duggan showed just how quickly a test can be done by getting tested himself.
It's going to take in total about 10 seconds, 5 seconds on each side of the nose.
The mayor's test results came back negative after 15 minutes. Hair salons and barbershops are set to reopen on Monday.
They say Sinai Grace Hospital was so short-staffed that patients died.
Well, that's what nurses are saying in a new lawsuit obtained by the Local 4 defenders. Defender Sean Lay joins us live now. Sean, I know you spoke to the nurses who are making the claim.
We also spoke to the DMC, who says when these shocking photos of bodies stacked up inside Sinai Grace went public and were leaked, the nurses were fired. The same nurses now responding with this explosive lawsuit saying they were so understaffed inside Sinai Grace they believe patients who should have survived coronavirus instead died. The Local 4 defenders have been highlighting Sinai Grace nurses who detail what they call problem after problem inside Sinai Grace during the coronavirus crisis, alleging those problems cost COVID patients their lives. In one instance, nurse Catherine Goggins says a man in his 30s died. She says he should have survived, but they were so short-staffed, no one noticed that his ventilator tube disconnected.
I will always remember him. I will always remember him because that man should have never died.
Fired Sinai nurses Jeffrey Eichenlaub, Catherine Goggins, Sal Hodwin, and Anthony Bonnet are now suing the DMC and parent company Tenet for $25 million each, saying they were fired for speaking up about understaffing, unsafe conditions, for speaking up for their patients.
Our voices were not being heard. We were just being, I feel like we were just being ignored, and the patient population suffered.
Tonight, the DMC also telling the defenders they're not going to comment any more on pending litigation. But through this pandemic, Sinai Grace with the DMC fired 5 of its RNs right there on the front line. All 5 have now filed lawsuits. We're live tonight. Sean Lay, Local 4 Defenders.
All right. Thank you, Sean.
Today marks the 14th day of protests in downtown Detroit, although it's a noticeably much smaller crowd. You're looking live right now at Detroit Police Headquarters, where about 100 protesters are gathering. They are marching, as you can see here live. The march against police brutality was sparked by George Floyd's death, and in the past week, the protests have been pretty much peaceful.
Today in the city, there was a big turnout for a peaceful protest put on by the Detroit Public Schools Community District, led by Superintendent Dr. Nikolai Vitti. Protesters marched from MLK Junior Senior High School to the Spirit of Detroit downtown. Dr. Vitti said he's marching for his students to make sure they're given the same opportunities as children in other districts.
It is sad, disgusting that in 2020, we're still talking about the things that we talked about for years regarding equal opportunity, racial justice, and that Black Lives Matter. It is disgusting that we are here today, but it is empowering that we're here today.
Superintendent Vitti says the goal is to protect students from racial injustice. He says in a district with, of course, the largest number of minority students in the entire state.
He battled and beat COVID-19, and now he wants to help others do the same thing.
Coming up new tonight, the unique way our own Evrod Cassimy is giving back at a time when it's needed most. Hank?
Gary Sayers, the man who owns this building, this contaminated site in Madison Heights, now taking a new legal action against the city that has many surprised. I'll break it all down for you coming up in my Help Me Hank report.
But first, unrest in Seattle as demonstrators have taken over a 6-block area of the city. That's next.